Hi, and welcome to another edition of Wicket's Fusion Talk. What I've learned in the movies. It's a random podcast about my experiences, my failures, education, insights on anything career, commerce, and culture. I'm a career and branding and business consultant and the marketing director of Emboss Creation, and would like to share some of the ideas that helped me in my business as well as ideas from top influencers based on their blogs, on the books behind me, and blockbuster movies this time. Brought to you by Emboss Creation. Bring your brand to life in the new adventure and Commerce Wise by Tony Astro, upgrading your brand to the next level. Today I'm inspired by a movie we watched 2 weeks ago with my wife in Netflix, and we've got some insights and thoughts about this movie that is relatable to business, to career, and to culture. And the movie from Netflix is called I Care a Lot, and that provides insights on how to protect our elderly from being targeted by financial scammers. The movie stars actress Rosamund Pike, phenomenal actress. She won the Global Golden Award. Um, Her role here is very devious and conniving businesswoman as Marla Grayson, and she makes a living by convincing the legal system or the judge to grant her guardianship over seniors who are vulnerable, and she pretend that they cannot take care of themselves anymore. So she was very convincing. So with her new legal power over her clients, and the client's finances, she was able to drain their bank accounts and pocket their valuables and for herself, up against their will. And no one can come close to beating her in the courtroom. She's very convincing, which keeps her schemes and business model intact, and unfortunately, unfortunately leaves the old people vulnerable or susceptible to her swindling them. The movie may seem impossible, but it's not. Elder financial abuse is very common in the United States, believe it or not. CNBC reported that there's 2.9 billion in 2019 alone that has this abuse that happened. So if you are at that age, 50 years or above, I myself included, we are controlling some about 70% of the nation's America's wealth. So the likelihood of this type of scheme will increase. That makes us baby boomers and older generations perfect prey for this kind of scheme. Seniors can be financially exploited through various scams, not like just in the movies, you have to be wealthy. But they can be vulnerable to identity theft, credit card misuse, email schemes, forged checks, stolen jewelries, etc. Oftentimes, the perpetrators, believe it or not, are people, well, are relatives. But the more susceptible are those who doesn't have relatives or friends to check on them, which is just like in the movies. So being isolated allows the strangers to take advantage of this elderly easily than any other, community members. But unlike in the movie, like I mentioned, most scammers are not strangers to their victims. They tend to be family members, even their children. They may scam them, somebody who they already know. And it is extremely important that you be prepared as you continue to age to avoid becoming a target. You know, I'm 55, so I'm preparing. So, how can you prevent yourself and your family from being a target of this senior citizen financial abuse? Maybe first create a plan to protect your assets. Choose a trustworthy beneficiaries. In my case, my son, my wife, and my son. Well, I shouldn't be saying that, right? So make sure your bank statements are secured, your checkbooks, all the financial documents are in safe, secured in one place. Order an annual credit report, review them from time to time, and never provide personal data over the phone. We get all this robocall mm, trying to scam me already at this age. But you can call trustworthy banks, you can give them information, but not when they call you. And so basically, lack of awareness or confusion can lead to poor decision making. Another lesson learned is uncharacteristic activity in your family members' bank accounts or unusual ATM withdrawals, unusual changes on wheels, or trust. New friendships, in Facebook, if you're elderly or yourself, you're very vulnerable to getting private message asking for money or sending you a link that will fish your account or your information that you may be taken advantage of. So if you become a victim of elder financial abuse, you should reach out, you know, to a trustworthy, supportive friend, family member, any advocates. Meet with a vetted professional like lawyers, bankers, legitimate ones, to review your options on how to best approach situations like this. Contact the Adult Protective Services or your local police. I took advantage of the Adult Protective Services when my mom moved here from California and everything went smooth. They're here to protect you or your elderly. So the movie I Care a Lot, good movie, actually serves as a reminder to ensure that our loved ones or ourselves, our life savings should remain safe. It demonstrates how vital it is to keep a close eye on our loved ones and have a relationship with others, financial professionals, clients who need support more than ever. Don't isolate yourself if you are at this age. Connect with someone that you can trust. So I hope you like some, this blog, this new format, and this time taking advantage of what we do a lot, which is watching movies. I have over almost 800 IMDb movies, on my profile that I've watched. And, I'm just putting it to good use to share to you, not to review the movie, but more of what we've learned um, that's related to business or career or commerce or culture. So hopefully you like this video blog and hopefully you can share some of your other ideas and thoughts on if I did justice on the movie, what I've learned, and subscribe and like this Fusion Talk brought to you by Emboss Creation, bringing your brand to life in the new adventure, and Commerce Wines by Tony Astro, upgrading your brand to the next level. So until next time, have a great run.